I started to understand that maybe there was something more, because there was something that I needed to do. Maybe this was part of my path. Maybe this is something that I needed to experience, but I still didn't know why. When I was in kindergarten, I ran into a door and I got a black eye because I didn't see the door was there. They took me to an eye doctor. And when I went to the eye doctor, like right from the beginning, they told my parents, we can't visually see anything wrong with her eyes. I think she just wants to wear a pair of glasses and she's wasting her time. I was punished for that. So anytime I went to the eye doctor and I tried to tell them, listen, I can't see the board. I can't read my text. I'm being bullied at school. I didn't get glasses. I didn't get any help. And that's the way the constant cycle was. And I was constantly seeking answers. I knew that God existed and I just kept praying, why do you hate me? And I felt it was God's fault for not helping me to get out of the situation. My mom had to take me to an eye doctor again so that we could figure out about me driving. I got the eye test that day, the letter that day, and I brought it with me to school. And I read the letter, and the letter said that I was going to continue losing the rest of my central vision, and that I had no depth perception, that I'd lost a significant amount of my color vision already, that I had Stargardt's macular degeneration, and that I probably had it from birth and it just gone misdiagnosed. So I just started pretending like I could see things. And when people say, hey, can you see that over there? I go, yeah, sure. I would just fake it. I pushed friends away, and they thought it's because I didn't want to talk to them, but they didn't understand that I didn't want to be viewed as the handicapped girl. When you lay something big, like that's health or something major going on before God, once you've laid it down, and it's been some years, you get really comfortable. So I got really comfortable because I'm like, you know what, I have Stargardt's macular degeneration. They said it stopped escalating or degenerating past my central. I know that there's some more stuff that I can't see, but it can't be too much worse. But I know I've laid it before God, and I know it's in his hands, and I'm in his story, and this is, it's gonna be okay. Went and got my referral and went to a doctor, and I told him about the changes in my vision. Just looked at me and said, yes, you have Stargardt's. Yes, you have pigment loss, but you also have retinitis pigmentosa. And I know that Stargardt's is a central vision loss. And I also know that retinitis pigmentosa can take your outside vision. I went home and I just cried. I just laid down in the bed and I just kind of balled up and I just cried. Do I truly accept laying everything before you? Do I truly accept that I'm letting it go in your hands? If I'm going to lose my vision in this eye tomorrow, or if something happens in this eye tomorrow, I will grieve over it and I will be sad, because when you lose it slowly, it is heartbreaking. But when you realize that there's something greater God has for you, and that this is just part of the plan, it's okay. I might stop losing some of my vision. The doctors don't know everything. Only God really knows. But that's part of accepting it and giving it to him, because it's his will and not ours. And that makes me smile when I wake up, because you know what? It's not every day that I wake up and I say, okay, how much can I see today? That's not my first thought. My first thought is, what am I gonna do today? It has nothing to do with how well I see or how little I see. I am going back with my previous credits to help with recreational therapy, which is helping children and adults with disabilities. Being able to recreate, being able to get out of your house when you're so depressed and you can't get past what it is that's bringing you down and your disability. So if I can get out and I can be that person that helps to tell them, listen, I was in your same place. I've done volunteering with things like ABLE, which is a bridge to independent living, helping people that have had strokes or have cerebral palsy and things like that. I help with my daughter's cheer team through YCOA, which is also Active All-Stars. And I get up there and I help them and I do the dances with them, and I help the older girls do their conditioning and their stretches, and It feels so amazing to be somebody that they talk to and they look up to, and my vision is not an issue. I help here on campus. I've done PH Community. I've done VBS twice, which is amazing to be able to sign up for my first mission trip through Pure Heart. I'm now helping in Pure Kids, which to me is an amazing place to be. Because being in Pure Kids, where I was that kid that just struggled to not understand what does God want to do with me. And I can sort of see when there's a kid having a bad day, because I was that kid, always having a bad day because something terrible was going on. I can just sort of be there for him and tell him, hey, what can I pray for you for? What's going on? I started a homeless outreach, just when you realize God is putting something on your heart and talking to you. And how to start that's been an absolutely amazing thing. Whether you've put yourself in your meanwhile, or whether you're in it because you just feel so alone, or you feel lost, or you feel depressed, you need to know that God has something greater for you. You need to just look at what you're going through. You need to stop pretending to be okay. You need to know that there's something bigger for you. You need to know that once you accept that God has a greater plan for you, that you're going to be okay. You're going to be so much better. There's somebody that you may even be able to help because of it.